Hello, Leo. These are your cards for February of 2023. I'm DanielleStimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you would like to join me for my regular live streamed Reiki and crystals healing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button with your notifications on so you don't miss an opportunity. Let's go ahead and take a peek at what the cards have in store for you. Okay, so Leo, this month there's a big focus on relationships and getting a little bit deeper, not only in how you show up for others, but how you feel in those relationships, how others are there for you, and in what ways you may need them to be there more or differently than they already are. The focus of this month is the Knight of Cups. This embodies a very new perspective on the relationships. This is the energy of the Knight of Cups is very young, potentially immature. So there may be some relationships that need to be shored up, or even yourself, some places that you can mature the ways that you engage with others. But overall, this is someone who is very much in their ideals. They have very high standards, like this is right, this is wrong, and I'm going to hold myself to that. There's a lot of integrity in that. There's also a lot of loyalty to the people that you care about. And Leo, you absolutely are loyal to the people that care about you. That's always been a part of your facets of your personality. So this is a time of exploring these relationships a little bit more and exploring yourself a little bit. But it's not a heavy month. It's a much lighter month, to be honest. How are you entering the month? How are you coming out of January? Queen of Coins. This is very you. Queen of Coins is all about being benevolent and supportive and holding a space for everyone else and taking the pains that you've had in your life and using them to hold space for other people. This is someone who is minded in how to make sure everyone has their needs met. So you're entering the month that way, and then the focus is on getting a little bit down into the details and maybe getting some new perspectives on how you relate to others, which brings us to the challenge. A lot of worry. Now, this looks like a really scary card. It doesn't have to be. Essentially, these are blankets. She's generally seen as being in bed sleeping, waking up at night with worry or dreaming worry. And that's what's happening here. These swords aren't real. They aren't literal. This is sort of a spooky scene from outside, like a dream time scene. There's a lot of underlying concern and worry about your future, your security, your stability, relationships, all those kinds of things. This is a month where in the challenge, you don't want to give in to that. You don't want to, it's one thing to say, hey, wow, I'm really worried about this and I want to be proactive and make some changes so I don't have to worry. And that would be great, but don't be drawn off course by worry for the sake of worry. Which brings us to how best to move forward, what to do with this. Which brings us to the Ace of Cups, which is one of the better cards in the deck, actually. Cups energy, again, just like the Knight, Cups energy is emotions and relationships. All the things that fulfill us in life that aren't about money and prosperity and career and things like that. The field of the heart. What this is basically saying is that there is an abundance of love and emotional energy. There's also a lot of new perspectives. I feel like with the Knight of Cups, Knights definitely can use a little bit of room to mature. They've got all the pep and the strength and the stamina of someone who's very young, but they don't necessarily have the experience of someone who might be older. That's sort of where you're at this month, is taking the things that are meaningful to you and looking at them with a little bit more of a discerning eye, making sure that you're looking at these relationships through your most current self, your most mature self, to take a look at, are they serving you? And if not, do you need more relationships? Do you need to sit down and have some talks with some folks? But what this is basically saying is go to those people that make you feel beautiful and wonderful and fill your heart with love and deepen your relationship with them. There will be no shortage of opportunity. There's really nothing to worry about. I mean, I'm sure it's easy for me to say I'm not you, but just putting that out there. So, how are we going to close this out? Well, this last card is the Whispers from Your Guide. So, this is what your spirit guides would love you to know. And this is the Six of Wands, which is recognition, celebration. This is like somebody who's been successful in battle coming back to the village and being cheered for. I feel like maybe you don't see yourself as valuable as valuable and important and wonderful and beautiful as you are. This month is going to give you the opportunity to see how lauded and celebrated and appreciated you really are by those you care about. It's also going to give you the opportunity to see it for yourself so that you can also set some higher standards in how you want to be treated. So definitely use this time to explore how you relate to others. If you're doing any kind of healing work, a lot of focus on the sacral chakra, a lot of focus on the solar plexus, how you relate to others, what is your sense of self, what are your wishes and needs and desires, and kind of take that all into balance. So I definitely recommend that you check out the viewings for your sun, moon, and rising sign if you happen to know all three, as well as any other major placements that you might be curious about. And if you would like to be the first to know when your March cards are available, go ahead and subscribe. If this has been helpful, please go ahead and click the like button. And if you want to learn more about me, check out my live online Reiki certification courses, my Discord, social media, crystal shop. Visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com or click the link below. I do have my books open currently for one-on-one Zoom readings if you're interested. But most of all, you are a beautiful, beautiful soul, and you're going to have a wonderful opportunity to have a much more fulfilling month ahead of you than you have in the last several. So all the best to you, Leo. I hope to see you for March, and bye for now.